Hey guys, it's Amy, and this is another anniversary update, surgiversary update. It has been 8 months. 8 months. So, as you guys probably noticed, this is a little off. This isn't really a surgiversary. I had made the update on the actual surgiversary, hated how it came out, didn't want to make a video. Then I went to New York for vacation and just got home a couple days ago. So I decided that I really wanted to catch people up. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. Um, as you guys know, I had gastric sleeve surgery months ago. It's when they take out 75 to 80% of your stomach, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on where you go. And just take it right out. And it helps to reduce the volume of what you eat. And that was always my issue, the volume of what I was eating. So, that is how I lost weight. So if you guys are looking at this title that says whatever it says, just know that this is how I lost weight. And the title is kind of why I'm making this vlog. So the updates are crazy. I went from a size 5X, was my highest, not everything I own, 5 to 4X, all the way down to an extra large to a large. I can fit in some larges, and that to me is a huge thing. I haven't been able to wear something without an X in it, and I honestly can't remember. I've been big all my life. So that was such a huge deal. So my top size is obviously changed a lot. This is not really a great example. Well, actually, it kind of is because it's loose. I have no boobs. They're gone. I don't know where they went, but I was thinking that. Anyway, besides that, and a little mental breakdown. Sometimes it happens. I had a pair of jean shorts that I wanted to wear and be ready for the summer. I tried them on almost every day, and then I started going to New York. Now, when I go down to New York, I don't know if it's because I eat a little bit less, or because I'm going out a little bit more, because I'm in New York with my boyfriend. I don't know if it's because of that or something entirely different, but I tend to drop a lot of weight while I'm there in New York. I have the most efficient weight loss while I'm there. And so I started going there, so I left the shorts at home, and then I would spend a week there, and then I came back, and I was determined to get these shorts on, and the zip wouldn't zip, and I'm like, they're on, they're buttoning, and I'm like, what's going on here? So I zip them up, and then button them up, and then pull them on. Now, it's denim. Denim doesn't stretch. These pants have absolutely no stretch to them. So the fact that I'm able to get them on means that during that week, I must have dropped so much weight that, I reached my goal outfit and then passed it. So, that's pretty impressive. That's how quickly this is. I spent a week in New York, spent about 8 days in New York, come back, things don't fit me anymore. That's pretty exciting. So I'm dealing with that. Jewelry is fitting me better. I'm able to get things around my neck, which you can now see. Yeah, I can strangle myself now. Collarbones I'm still working on, although they're definitely not a lot noticeable. I'm not going to get too much into the underwear detail, but I dropped a significant amount of weight in my butt and had to get a whole bunch of new underwear. I'm wearing a bra, and this is a little tight, but I think it's because it's a push-up, and I'm just and I'm not, I'm just cutting off right there, so that that's not an issue in this. And starting to be able to wear more clothes, and definitely a little bit more of the summer look going on. And despite having all that excess skin, I'm not afraid to show a little arm or leg now. I don't care. You go from, I hate that so many people, like, you go from, that's my phone, that was probably Peter, that was probably my boyfriend. You go from wearing, from like wearing things to cover up because you're fat and people don't want to see you, to like wearing things to cover up because of all your excess skin. I'm like, I've lost so much weight. As far as I'm concerned, the skin is my army scars, my war scars, and that's what I meant. So yeah, so just dealing with that. It's There's so much, but I've kind of left the biggest. Oh, not the biggest one. I still have a lot to go. I'm like a week, 2 weeks off from my actual date, so a lot of things happen in a month and 2 weeks. I'm realizing. There was I went out with my friend to take a walk, a couple of blocks, and normally I'm really out of breath on this walk with her. And there's like a park in between where we want to go at our destination and her house from where we walk to, and I would normally always sit and like we'd have to wait and be like halfway in between. And I don't have to sit anymore, and I'm no longer in pain during that walk, and I'm not running out of breath, and I'm not gasping for air. And that to me is kind of like, wow. I'm not trying to breathe, I'm gasping. I seem to have a little bit more balance. Like, normally, my old norm, I don't even know what to say anymore. I would, like, stand up and, like, trip on my own feet, and if I tripped on my own feet, that's it. I'm down. I'm down for the count, and good luck getting me back up. Well, my balance is so much better that I'm able to, like, catch myself. And that's pretty incredible. Like, you guys, I've made vlogs about my climacophobia, which is the fear of falling down stairs. And amazingly, it has decreased a bit. Like, I'm still uncomfortable around stairs. I still have that fear. But I find it easier to go downstairs now than it was before. I find it easier to deal with stairs. I mean, like, I still get that anxiety because I'm afraid of falling downstairs. And in the past, I used to not be able to see my feet when I go down them. I can see my feet. That's weird. By the way, like, oh my god, why didn't anyone tell me that my feet look like that? I'm just so ashamed. No. But, okay, I think it's time for the biggest update. I think it is. Now, I got on the scale yesterday and this morning to check if it was a fluke. And I am officially down 100 pounds. Okay, go away. The cheap editing things that I can add on here. Look at that. So great. That's what you get when you film with a webcam. Can't do that with your fancy little camcorders, can you? Probably. I don't know. You probably can do a lot better things on editing. But celebratory things. Because I did it. It's amazing. I lost 100 pounds in 8 months. I had a very hard time losing, like, I think I've told everyone my starting weight. So my starting weight was 363, and for a while I was stuck between 270 and 274 and 269. 69. Sorry. So immature. That's because I have this Ninja Sex Party CD. Big fan. And one of their songs is 6969. I was listening to today. So that's why I'm not always a pervert. Don't be silly. But yeah, so 269, and then I went 8 days, and I got on the scale yesterday, and it was 262, so it was 101 pounds completely. And then I got on the scale again today just to make sure it was a fluke, because that's how I like to do that. Like, I've had some faulty scales where it weighed me like one of my goal weights and then bam, 10 pounds back up. So of course I had to do it again today. I did it at a different hour. I did it without shoes this time because I was home when I did it. I got home from my boyfriend's and I was in shoes and I was fully dressed and I'm like, I don't give a shit, I just want to do it. This time I had a hoodie on. I'm not really good at like the whole, like, people like take off all their clothes before they get weighed, and I'm just like, I can't, like, no, I can't do it. But so I actually had a really heavy coat on when I went on the scale again today, and I went down, and it went down 2 more pounds. So my scale is now officially saying 260. Holy shit. I'm really close to 250, and oof, the emotion. The emotion. You'll have to excuse me. I'm a big ball of emotion. 250. I told my mom, like, I would love to be 220. 220 would be my major goal, but 250 would be a place that I'd never dreamed to be. When I was a kid, when I was 18, I used to go on dating sites specifically for bigger girls, and there was a site and it had a weight chart, and so many people said they didn't want anything bigger than 250. So to me, that's like more acceptable. Still obviously overweight, duh, but that was like the more acceptable rate. So, I mean, not that I'm basing it off, like, anything's better than, like, 360. Anything's better than almost hitting the 400 mark, but to me, that was, like, a personal goal, and I am, like, literally 10 pounds away from that personal goal, and it's a bit overwhelming, obviously. It's huge. It's a huge deal for me, and I guess if you're like watching this and you don't know what it's like to lose 100 pounds, you don't know what it's like to almost be 400 pounds, and you definitely don't know what it's ever like to be in the 250s. This would be my smallest weight since elementary school, since starting, since 10, since I was 10. And that's, everyone's always like, oh, your parents, you know, what do they feed you? The truth was, my parents didn't have the money to feed me back then, and so, like, we'd go home, you know, we'd have the school lunches, and then, you know, we'd go home and we'd have to eat, like, things that aren't nutrition, that have no nutritional value, or we have to buy cheap things, like, you know, takeout food is really cheap, it's really quick, it's really easy for a single mom. I mean, like, my mom wasn't a single mom, my dad just lived 2 hours away because he worked in New Jersey. So, like, we had to be quick with the meals. She'd work all day, she'd come home, we'd order pizza, and we'd order a lot because it was really cheap. And then these people, like, found, like, used to give us deals because we knew our situation. And it's like that. So, and, you know, I can't blame my mom for trying to do things and be quick. And then, like, when I get home from school, emotional eating would happen. So I'd have, like, a second lunch at 3 o'clock. And it would normally be, like, a sandwich and then, like, chips. And then we lived, like, right across the fucking street from, like, CVS. Like, that didn't help. Like, there's, you know, CVS's convenience stores like that, they sell chips and candy and chocolate and soda. So that's what we'd get. With the little money, Mom would always just give us $1. And our school lunches were 40 cents because we had the, low income deal. So my mom would always give us $1, and we'd always have extra change so we can get snacks afterward. afterwards. And well, like there's school snacks, but we'd always save up those money for snacks. Well, I did. I don't know about anyone else. So that either we can have like a little, like me and my friends at the lunch table could have like a little feast with snacks. We'd put all our money together and can buy like a whole bunch of zebra cakes. Or I'd save it personally and then go to the store and buy like a big thing of soda because I loved soda back then. I can't drink it anymore. Like I like soda, but every time I drink it, it just tastes salty. After my surgery, and it really hurts going down. And I think that they say like salt, there's sodium in soda because it gives it flavor. So the fact that I'm able to like taste that salt now, this is weird. Cutting out soda, probably the number one thing that really helped. I mean, no, all of it helped, but like the one thing that probably gave me the most success because I didn't pick up soda again. Yeah, so 100-pound weight loss and close to my first super weight goal, which is 250. Every time I say it, I feel like I'm gonna cry happy tears because it's so great. Still in school, still dating the guy, still going out with someone. It will probably show up like a different way, but I had to get this, and yep. You see, it's like reversed. My camera does that. I can't fix it. I've tried. But, it's a signed Ninja Sex Party CD. Nobody cares, Amy. I'm sorry. I'm just really happy. I just like to talk when I'm happy. But, yeah, I'm going to a wedding in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania soon to meet, one of my good friends for the first time. Elise is getting married, and it's really exciting because we met via a Markiplier group, and we worked together as admins, and then I stopped being an admin, and we still talked, and then she invited me to the wedding, and turns out her and Peter were pretty good friends, so he's invited to the wedding. Peter's my boyfriend, duh. So I got a date to a wedding. We're gonna go to Pittsburgh. We're gonna Airbnb it, so we're gonna be staying at a little place, so we'll have a place to stay. We're hoping that we can get my mom to come, and like, because we're looking for like an apartment to rent. You know what the Airbnb is, but we're looking for an apartment to rent where we get separate rooms so that my mom can come and kind of like help us out, because I think like it would be easier on her. She doesn't have to stress or worry about me and Peter won't have to worry about like having to take a Greyhound bus like for 6 hours and then just go to the ride. So we're kind of hoping that works out better, despite having my mom chaperone me while I'm with my boyfriend. I don't really care though. I'm just super excited, obviously. Okay, so this video is long enough. Like I said, I kind of missed my chance for an easier update video, but it kind of turned out for the best because this update video is my first 100-pound loss video. So, oh my god, like so exciting. Let me get some cheesy effects again. Yay! I'm tired. I didn't sleep. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. And I hope that if you're thinking about weight loss surgery or on this journey, feel free to ask questions or anything, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. So, bye-bye.